Hello everyone, welcome back once again. Please like and share the videos of the post, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. And today I'm back with another game of mine from the Barrios GM Norm tournament in Greece. I was playing black against GM Vasilios Kotronias. As the game proceeded, I came to know why his peak rating was close to 2650. He indeed was a tricky customer. So let's start with the game. He had the white pieces and he opened with e4. I played e6, d4, d5, knight c3 and bishop b4. The winner variation. We played e5, I played c5, a3 and bishop a5. An interesting move, deviating from the main line. This is called the retreat variation in the winner. b4, c takes on d4 and now knight b5. As expected, this is the main line of the retreat variation. Bishop c7, covering the d6 square as you can see. f4, knight to c6, knight f3, bishop b8. Bishop b8 was a precautionary move. I had to preserve my bishop here. Bishop d3 and knight ge7. After this, he played castle. There's a d4 pawn is free for the taking. After that, a6 and knight b takes d4. I played knight takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop a7, trying to exploit the pin, and bishop e3. Defending the knight, knight c6 and c3. Here I played bishop d7, planning to bring my rook to c8, a4, and now bishop takes on d4. As you can see, he is giving me a free pawn, like bishop takes d4. For example, if he takes with the bishop, I take with the knight takes and queen b6. You can see both these pawns are under attack. Played c takes d4, knight takes b4. I accepted the sacrifice, and now he has the bishop there and the attack, but according to the long-term aspects, my queenside pawns could be passed pawns. He played bishop b1. Of course, he has to preserve the bishop pair, otherwise that's the whole point of the sacrifice you make. I mean, rook c8, rook a3. A nasty idea. He's threatening bishop f2, and the rook will either go to g3 or h3, where it will be very powerful. I played knight c6. I'm bringing my knight towards the defensive, or maybe even knight a5, knight c4 could be an idea. He plays bishop f2 as expected, and now knight e7. And now my knight is doing a defensive job, and I'm planning to bring my rook to c4, bishop to h4 opening the knight, and now rook c4. d4 pawn is now weak, and I'm taking advantage of that. And now bishop a2 is the best move according to the computer, but he played queen g4. By the way, after bishop a2, I had planned that I could play at least rook c7, and I distracted his bishop from the dangerous b1 to h7 diagonal. He played queen g4, and now g6. Bishop f6. He immediately takes advantage of the weakened dark square on the king side. I played h5, taking the queen away, queen h4, and rook f8. I was expecting queen g5 here, maybe or some queen h6, but queen h4 is also very strong. And now rook f8. This pin is actually devastating for now, as you can see. I can't move my queen, I can't move my knight, I can't move my king for now, and play rook b3, attacking my b7 pawn, which is the main shelter for the queen side. I played bishop c6. Of course I can't lose this pawn. Bishop d3, and he's setting up a nasty trap again. If I play rook takes d4, I'm just straight up losing. Rook f1, and now striking rook takes b7. Yes, and if I lose my knight, then just it's game over. So in this, if we continue in this variation, queen c7 seems like it's defending, but here bishop takes a6, b takes a6. Then there's not rook b8 check, because rook b8 check actually loses to knight c8. So bishop takes e7 is very important. Queen e7, and now only rook b8 check. The rook is coming to b7. It's game over. And if I have to just sacrifice rook takes d3, and now I'm just losing. So rook takes a4. Now the a6 pawn is defended, so those type of tricks don't work now. He anyways plays rook fb1 and queen c7. Now bishop takes a6 is not a problem, but he could have drawn the game right away here, and the correct method is to play rook takes b7, sacrificing the rook. Bishop takes b7, bishop takes e7, and now I have to take on e7, otherwise I'm just worse. For example, I play rook g8, bishop d6, queen d7, rook c1 is not so precise. In the place of rook c1, queen f6 is more devastating, and this is just lost for me. So and bishop e7 is also not so accurate. Queen e7, queen e7 check, king e7, rook b7 check, bishop d7, and I'm slightly better, but I'm better. I could push or win. But rook takes b7, yeah, it's a draw. For example, bishop b7, and now queen e7 check, and my king is bounded to the defense of the rook, so there's not much I can do. But he went for the kill, queen f2. He's rerouting his queen, maybe to the queen side. I played king d7. I'm finding a shelter for my king, and my rook is now going to be more active, as you can see. It has more squares available for it. Queen b2, and now knight c8. I can proceed with b5, knight b6, and knight c4 in the future. So he played queen c2, setting up another trap. I can't take the d4 pawn now, as I lose with queen c5, and I lose one of my rooks, and it's just over. b5, I played b5 and f5. I played g takes f5, bishop takes f5, sacrificing a full piece, and now I played queen b6. Taking that would be risky. Queen f5 check, king e8, e6, and I wasn't too sure about that, that's why I didn't take. I played queen b6, giving my king some more space. He played bishop takes e6 check, forcefully giving away the piece. By the way, here instead of queen b6, queen e7 was better, and there's a very minute difference. Bishop e6 check, I can take with the pawn. Queen h7 check, king e8, queen takes h5, and now queen f7, defending the king, and all the troubles are gone away. But after queen b6, I have to take with the king. If I take with the pawn, I'm just this is just a draw. I can't play rook f7 because of queen g8 check, and either I lose a rook or the king. Rook f8, then there's queen e6, knight e7, and queen takes e7 is mate. If king d7, then there's just this, and I lose. I had to draw if I played f takes e6, but I played king takes e6. I'm trying for a win, of course, and as you can see, his playing style reminded me of Tal's. Like, it really caught my fancy. Rook f1 threatening queen f5 mate. No matter what the Indians say here, like, I knew what I was going through. Knight e7 was played by me. Queen d4 check. And there's king h1. I thought of that, and it was very tricky because queen f5 check is a threat, queen takes c6 is a threat, and you know, who would like to play that? King h1. According to the computer, knight e7 is winning. Bishop e7, king e7. And king e7 is not a good move because of queen takes c6. So rook c4 here is winning. Yes, just completely crazy. And even king d7 is a winning move. e6 check, it apparently gives you the queen, and that's the reason I didn't play king d7. I just calculated queen takes d4 check and king d7, but I stopped at e6 check. But amazingly, there's f takes e6 and bishop takes d4, rook takes f1 check, bishop g1, rook a1. Still seems tricky, right? h4, and what's next? Well, the answer is d4. And the threat is rook takes d1 check followed by rook takes g2 check, which is going to be decisive. It will decide the game. Not to mention, if rook g3 defending the pawn, there's check and mate. So instead, I play knight e7 directly, keeping my bishop defended and not doing any crazy stuff. Rook d3, and now rook takes d4 walks into another trap, queen f2, and I either lose my rook or the queen. And in both the cases, I'm losing the game. King d7, sidestepping my king from the danger. Queen f2, and now bishop b7. A fatal mistake by me. He could have drawn the game if he saw the tactic correctly, but he was under some pressure, it seemed. And by the way, the drawing move here is the amazing bishop e7. And now who would even think of trading the pieces in a piece down position? After king e7 and e6, I have to play f6, otherwise I'm just worse. After f6, queen g3, bishop c8 has to be played, queen g7 check. This is a crazy computer line. King e8, and now if not for the bishop on c8, queen g7 would have been a checkmate, but the bishop is covering that square, thankfully. e7, and I had to give my bishop. This is so scary. Rook takes d4, and something like this. I'm giving you a glimpse of the computer line. Rook f8 and king d6, queen d7 check, king e5. And by the way, h3 is the only drawing move. Queen e7 check is losing surprisingly to king f4, queen g6 check, queen e5, queen b4 check, and now king g5. And white has these back rank issues, and his c7 rook is hanging, and black is just winning. Crazy. So instead, he played rook to f3, crippling up on the f file, threatening bishop takes e7 followed by rook takes f7 check would be a disaster for black. Rook e8, so that if he takes on e7, I take the rook. That's more important, so that rook takes f7 does not come with a check. And now here, if queen takes d4, e6 check, king d6, rook takes e7, or sorry, first queen takes d4, rook takes d4, rook takes e7, king takes e7, rook f7 check, king e6, rook takes b7, we could reach an endgame like this. This was what I had calculated. But maybe something instead of queen takes d4 would have been possible. Anyways, bishop takes c7 is just not good. Now, the trading the pieces does not mean anything for white. So we played bishop g5, and now I played queen takes d4. I guess he just wanted to open up the diagonals, so he sacrificed a pawn. Bishop e3 was played by him. Of course, he does not want to trade queens, otherwise the whole sacrificing thing is pointless. Queen e5. I take up the challenge and open yet another diagonal. As you can see, the queen might be coming to b6 or a7. So, but he played rook takes f7 first, because that idea did not work instantly. And now I played rook e4, attacking the bishop, asking where it wants to go. With bishop f4, by the way, queen d4, and I forcefully exchange the queens. The endgame is just completely winning for me. Bishop c5. The whole point of his sacrifices is to not go in the endgame and just mate my king. d4 now. And I'm threatening to take his bishop, and even rook e2, followed by rook takes d2 check. As you know, the bishop is attacking this pawn, as you can see. And so in the view of this, he resigned the game, and I hope you enjoyed this game. This was very dynamic and was very scary to defend against. So I'll see you in another video. Till then, goodbye.